Hello, hello. Happy Friday, everybody. Yeah, so this is happening. Marv had a great idea, and he says, "Do you know now what'd be grand? Because I'm on a 4-day weekend. Sure, why don't we fly the entire route of Route 66? I won't regret this at all." I hope you all have, let me think, a beverage, of course. You're in your comfiest clothes, preferably pajamas. You're either rolled up on the couch or you're by your flight instruments and equipment, because we're in for the long haul. Happy Friday, everybody. You're all very welcome back to this Microsoft Flight Simulator stream. We're on the ground here over in Chicago Midway. We have Chicago a way off in the distance, the Windy City. To start, we're going to take off here out of runway 31 left, and a straight out departure heading down to St. Louis. Once we get down to St. Louis, we're going to carry on over to Joplin, Missouri. Then it's down to Oklahoma. We'll see Amarillo, Gallup, Flagstaff, Arizona, Kingman, Barstow, San Bernardino, and then down into Santa Monica. Colonel Fork says, Midway is about 3 hours from me. Nice! So, this is going to be a long stream. Someone put 12 hours on the clock. We have to finish before 12 hours. And let's hope the internet behaves itself. And if it doesn't, well, you all know what to do. Shout at the screen and hit the refresh button, because that's why I was 4 minutes late. The internet went, "What are you doing tonight?" I was like, "Nothing, not doing nothing." 12 hours? I was like, no, I'm doing nothing. And then it turned back on. So, keep it quiet, keep it down. Anyway, I'm going to say hello to some people, and then we're going to get moving, because, well, I think Aileron's Into Wind is on the ramp, burning his fuel, waiting to take off. So, who's here? Lonesome Marius is in the house, as is Ben McClure. Happy Friday to you guys. Johnny is here, as is Andy Miller. You're all very welcome aboard. Philly 5 Alive is in the house. He says 11 hours. Not sure I'll be out for the second half. Joe Blow, Photo, and Maz C888 are in the house as well. Aileron's Into Wind is sitting down on the ramp, anxious to go. Papa Joe B has rambled in along with Mark O'Gorman. Good evening to you both. Darren Holm is here, as is Alison Johnson. You're all very welcome along. Kendra has rambled in. Edible logs and tea for the first leg are ready. Good evening all, and fly fast, Murph. So Kendra put up a great picture over on Discord of a mug that has Dublin and sweets. Well, they look like logs. They look like logs. So you enjoy them. Minx Max is in. No, Minx is here. Try and pronounce that, Murph. Could you imagine the state of me now in a couple of hours? I was going to print out eyes so I could be sitting here later on and my eyes would be open. You wouldn't have noticed. It'd have been grand. But yes, we shall see. Philly says, there's rugby tomorrow. Yes, there is. Scotland 737 Project is in the house, as is Coley 205. Good evening. Technic Al is here. Who else? Ben McClure is here. Zek Tech has rambled in. It's a busy night. Did you like me preview earlier on? I never did them before. Or the preview. Did you hear me? The premiere. It was very nice, very fancy and sophisticated there, so it was. Marius is here, as well as is Merlin Flyer. Good evening to you both. Brian Clark is here. He says, this is a big one. This is a big one. But we'll have to wait and see how it all turns out. Bad Dog is here. He says, hiya Murph, I hope you're well. I like a bit of bluegrass, he says. That's great. Good to see you, Bad Dog. He's a great dog. Really great dog. Good to see you there this evening. Ozymandias is here. So what's the plan tonight? A quick spin to a couple of places. It's a bit of a spin. Andrew Brown says, let's light up America. Nice. Rodrigo's in the house, as is Jam Fjord. Good evening to you both. Happy Friday. Dougal McTavish is here. Hope everyone is keeping grand. You too, Dougal. You're very welcome along. Johnny says, happy Fly Day. Indeed. Rogers RC has rambled in, as has Gary Cowie. This will be epic. We hope so. RQ says, can we instantly start flying with you? Yes, the online mode is enabled. We're on the North Europe server. Just remember, guys, no airliners, no custom liveries, and no aircraft from outside of the main marketplace, because it'll break and explode. Colonel Fork is in the house. Good evening to you, my dude. Jan Morecamp is here. Mold Junction is watching us over on Twitch. Good evening to you. He says, Conas to Tatu, Tá mé go maith agus tú féin. Patrick Cullen has rambled in. Good to see you. Nathaniel is here from last week. Good afternoon to you. Gordon has rambled in. He goes, 12 hours two-tone, then tomorrow 24-hour spa. It's all happening. Car85 is in the house. Good evening to you, my dude. Yuri Jansen is here as well. How long is Route 66 exactly? I think it's 2,400 and something miles. The original Route 66 was opened in 1926 and was closed in 1985. There are pockets and snippets of it left. So we'll see what we can see when we're flying kind of airports along the route. You will see the route in a lot of places. We might even try to land on some of it, but we'll see. Alison is on the ramp along with ailerons into wind, holding short of runway 31C. That's handy, so we can use 31 as the runway, so we can go 31 left, 31C, or 31 right, if there's enough of us here. The Berko Flyer is here. Good to see you, my dude. As is the Chas Man. Happy Friday to you. Long flight today, indeed. Rudiger is here as well. Good evening. Hope you're keeping very well. Bigger60 is here. He's watching us over on Twitch, and he's there with the butter emotes. It'll be like the fastest butter you've ever seen in your life, ever. So we'll have to wait and see how all that turns out. John Hassani is here. Good evening to you. Colonel Fork says, I'm taking off from Meg's Field. Cool. If you go over there in the sim, it's kind of real upsetting. The airport, the famous Meg's Field that we all grew to love. Well, it's not there. So it's upsetting. But I think there is I think there's a custom airport for there, if I'm not mistaken. KG Moose is here. Greetings, Murph. A 72-hour stream hype. It could take us 72 hours. Knowing if I say 12 hours, you know it's going to be longer. Fingers crossed, though. Godden is here as well, as is Brian Straight. Good evening. Damien McGinn is here. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're keeping well on this Friday. Andy Henderson has rambled in. He says, is the MB339 allowed? It is, absolutely. Tariq is here. What's up? What's up to you, my dude? Sticky Rice 82 has rambled in. Top of the evening to you, Sticky Rice. Hope you're keeping well. Mal Walsh is here, as is Chief Sim Pilot. Howdy. We'll be here for a while, so don't worry. We'll try and get much of our talking as we're flying. Natty Disco, Gamer Deal also here. Nice, dude. Good to see you. Daza T Arab has landed. Good evening to you, Daza. Happy Friday to you. Peter Thomas says, are you on live weather? No. The current weather in Chicago, it's actually IMC. You can't see a friggin' thing. So I've just put it onto kind of a few clouds to make it look kind of, well, we can see things. So, yeah. Dam says, my wife was commenting how good the preview was. I took that as our blessing to pull an all-nighter. Nice, I approve, dude. Peter Thomas says, good evening, everyone. Nick Stratford is here. I'll say that. And hi, Mr. Murphy. Would love to join you for the flight, but my lunch break isn't that long. I'll have to watch later with my mug in hand. That's okay, Nick. We should still be going. Keen Lafford's here. He goes, 10 hours, you're insane. It could be longer. We should try. Twitch Ninja Shaper is here. Good evening. How many hours do you have in the game? A few. Ryan D. Walker's in the house. Billy has rambled in, as has Cage Rattler. Great to see all you guys. Haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're keeping well. Peter Carney says, I'm looking forward to this. Absolutely. Travis is here, Murph. You're an absolute madman. Energy drinks, or I could be like, is now 7 hours into I could be sounding very interesting later on. As we have our good old friend Jack taking care of us at the moment. Tasty beverage. Ralph Orr is in the house. Good evening. Brian M has rambled in. Did this written the game in a Cessna 152. Took me 3 weeks on and off. That's the vote of confidence we needed. Michael Van is here. Just joined. Where are you flying to and from today? So we're doing Route 66. We're going to start here in Chicago, and we're going to follow the route all the way down to Los Angeles. Thank Murph, found you lots of pilots today. Going to be fun. I think so. Billy says, pull out the monster. Samuel says, what aircraft are we flying in first? We're in this one. Ooh, the TBM. Jim Oates is here. Good evening to you, Jim. I hope you're keeping very well, my dude. Well, it's good afternoon to Jim, but we'll say good evening. Are you doing the entire stream in the plane with no autopilot, says Cage? So my plan is there are 10 airports. There are 10 aircraft. So at each airport, I'm going to change out the aircraft, and I'll let you know along the way. So for example, well, I'll tell you now in a few minutes once we get airborne. Pilot Peely is here. He says, hi Murph. Bit busy this evening, but I'll try and do a leg later. Nice. Rodrigo says, TBM is my favourite one. Absolutely. Right, so before we get going, I'm going to say hello and thanks to many dudes, and then we're going to get airborne, because I say these lot are saying, come on, Murph, will you? So, just appreciation to all of those who subscribe to the channel and also join as a member on YouTube and on Twitch by when they hit the subscribe button or follow button on Twitch. Basically, it's like it is a financial contribution towards the channel, and it kind of allows me to do mad things like this. So I just want to, well, acknowledge, I suppose, all the help and support that you guys give me, and I'm absolutely super appreciative of all the wonderful gestures you guys do, and indeed for joining us here tonight. So, we're going to start off with the flight crew tier. So a big shout out to Ludos, Mayor Butter, Simon Bevan, WB1990, Tarvuti, Haljor, Rudiger, Bernd Barsh, Jan Moorkamp, T-Man Gaming X, Jack61, McShiggity Pilot, Papa Joe B, Dougal McTavish, Bartman7490, Ethan Short, and Andy Shaw. Thank you all so very, very much, guys, for your support. Cheers and sláinte. Tasty beverage. Next up, we go to the co-pilots. Murphy, you're speaking at like 100,000. I know, I've a lot to cover, but it's grand. The co-pilots, anyway. Mountain Biking Rules, Ryan D. Walker, Dangerous Brian, Rob Lewis, Scotland 737 Project, Maj C888, Andrew Brown, Sean Leo, Daza T. Arab, The Vidya Crusader, The Burko Flyer, Bad Dog, War Hamster, Avio Man, Pilot Peely, Samuel Dye, Patrick Cullen, Philip Breen, and Brian Spain. Again, yous are all fantastic. Thank you very, very much. The Burko Flyer says, if we change planes, will we lose the flight plan in the VFR map? Yeah, I think so. Jim says, you are flying by my hometown of St. Louis with the Arch. Nice. I'd love to visit there. It looks beautiful. Big shout out now to the guys watching us on Twitch and who are the subscribers over there. We say hello and thank you to Captain Bombasso, BG Smalls, Mr. Chippy, Annalisa, Fugros1, Neon Jedi, Adam Jacob 9er5, Andy Brown 7, Storm Talker, Ibuprofen 007, that's Kendra, Cool Sax 98, Ailerons into Wind, Big Shot Muffy, Glenna 74, KG Moose, Samantha, and Big Ear 60. These are all legend, and thank you very, very much. See, we started early. But thank you very, very much, guys. I really do appreciate you. And last but not least, our pilots in command. So a big shout out to Sticky Rice 82, Dan, Alison Johnson, Scott Voigt, Mark O'Gorman, Jim Oates, Ed Reed, and Colonel Fork 85. Thank you also very, very much, guys. Really do appreciate everything you do for me and the channel. And you are fantastic. Thanks a million. Right. Let's get this machine started here because there's people starting to taxi. So, TBM, do you know how to fly this, Murph? I haven't done this in a while.
TOS system test, okay.
The TOS system test is okay. It's a good start. We'll go ahead and turn on our nav lights. And reset our barometric pressure. Big Ear 60, Ed Reed and Rodrigo all in the house. Jeffrey Bennett's here. You should be proud of me. I'm doing ILS landings. How about that, says Jeffrey. Well, hats off to you, Jeffrey. Fair play to you, dude. That's called progression, my friend. And not an easy feat at all. So well done to you, sir. Now, so we need to get this machine started. And then we... Oh, hang on. You stay there. He bounced off his microphone. Hang on, we fixed that. Sorry for the noise. Nick Stratford has become a member. Many thanks, my dude. This is me before caffeine. But many thanks to you, my dude. I really appreciate it. So we have our nav lights on. We're now going to go to the couple of settings. So our auto boost goes to auto. Fuel tank select auto. Turn our APs to on. Ignition and starter. So we hold our starter for 2 seconds. There's 1, 2. We should have had our inertial separator turned on, but that's okay. So we're looking for a positive rate here with our... Get up here, you devil. Our NG and our ITT. Once we get to about 16 on our NG, we can introduce some fuel into the system. Like so. So we're looking now for a hot start on our ITT or a hung start on our NG. Dangerous Brian has rambled in. Good evening to you. MMD is in the house. Spaceman 11. He says, have a nice flight, Murph. We'll see you later. Absolutely. And so there's a good start. Go to idle. And we can go ahead and turn on some stuff. Please can come on. That didn't sound right. That just didn't sound right. Low voltage, PSI, ITT. Well, that's a new thing. Let's try that again, shall we?
Oral warning, okay.
Interesting. Brent Free says, all right, 2080 GPU fans to 100. Chat says, KMDW to where? Let me see. KMDW over to KSTL, St. Louis. John Ambler is in the house. Good evening to you. Ken Lafford says, where is it now? Only the Roman numerals. He came up with Roman numerals. Yeah, so we're kind of cooking the engine here, but for some reason, he didn't want to start. We've nothing on the prop. Why is that? Very strange. Murphy, are you doing something wrong? Murphy's trying to start the plane. And it's not going well. They're all okay. Ignition lever on auto. Starter lever on to that. Get our pitos and stall warnings activated and armed. Ramble into this guy.
Hey, good morning.
Active is going to be our FMS. 17 Camaro is now following. Many thanks to you, my dude. E-Core says it's Route 666. It's bewitched. It's Halloween. Prop RPM has to be full. Yeah, I don't know what was happening there. Roman is in the house. He says, I fly X-Plane 11. Nice. How long do we get? How long will the flight to Santa Monica take? I imagine 10 or 11 hours. Juan Penna is in the house. Good evening. Cat is here as well. Anyone I missed, just shout it back in. Ailerons, he's not happy. He says, there will be words later. I've absolutely butchered his favourite airplane. It's okay, Stuart. If this was the hot start one, I'd be away with it by now. So initial altitude, we're going to go up. To 4,000 feet. Initially, flight director can go on the left-hand side. And I think at this stage we're going to be good to go. So we're going to get our taxi lights on, pulse lights come on, strobes can come on. They look kind of okay at the moment. The inertial separation is on. That's fine. Lights are on. Fuel is on. Open our little VFR map. Oh, look, see the way I kind of click like that? Please don't break. It'll be so typical of Murphy's streams. Anyway, are we ready to go?
Hey, good morning.
Many thanks. Who's that? Mike Evan. 10 is now following. Steve O'Knievo. Yeah, he's probably watching this going, who's your man? And who put him in charge? It'll be fine. Simon says 10, 11 hours, take us until 0530 on average. Cool. Brian M says, on Route 66, there's a little town called Shamrock in Texas. One of the main tourist attractions is a chunk of the original Blarney Stone, which is encased in a bollard. Cool. Well, isn't that some interesting knowledge? So yeah, guys, don't be afraid to type in. Thanks, Philip. He says, are you frying eggs with that hot start? Indeed. But don't be afraid to put some interesting facts about Route 66 into the chat. I'll try and read up as much as I can as well. Ben McClure says, I don't think Americans have the your man vocabulary. Well, basically, you know, that guy, we just say your man. Little Red is in the house. Good evening to you. Happy Friday. It's a shaky start, but sure, look, you're used to it by now. As there's all sorts of strange morphing going on, but it's absolutely fine. There's a rollout happening already. The race is on. I can see there's a ton of TBMs here. Always a good sign to start us with. Let me see now. So we're waiting for these guys to move it along. Navcom. That's okay on altitude mode. MFD. That looks a bit better. It's like a total gridlock. Whenever you're ready, keep her lit. There'll be a lot of planes here. Already including the guys who've just taken off. Come on guys, get airborne. There's a lot of us. There they go. It's a total traffic jam. Everyone look over that side. There's flying chickens. Do, 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 do. Where's my shameless music? Don't mind me coming through. Okay, dude. Doing the impolite thing and just flying around people. And we're rolling. Now we're rolling. Airspeed is alive, keeping it to the left hand side just without the guys behind us to maneuver. There's 90 knots, we're getting light. Well, back in our stick here, positive rate and indicated, gear coming up, tapping our toe brakes. Bring our flaps in, yaw dampener can come on. Watch the old ground there, Murph. Speed is looking good, and we'll climb. Off the ground at 1930 hours. Yes, we're making good progress. We've literally taken off. Alright, start our turn here to the south. Don't go cooking the engine there, Murph. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to go over to our autopilot, get everything set up here. We're going to go to nav mode, speed mode. Let me see. Right, we'll continue on. We're going to go to 8,000. 7,000, just to see what we can see. 1,500 feet should do. Disappear me here for a sec, as it's kind of bumpy.
Hey, good morning.
Many thanks to Not for the subscription, my dude. We're on our way. Hello, fireflies. Lad27 for the subscribe. Many thanks, my dude. Really appreciate that. So we're climbing nicely here up to 7,000. We're on course here. Go ahead and kill the inertial separator. Hey, how's it going? So we're getting there. So we're just about to level off here at 7,000 feet. Gotta get our speed up here a little bit as well. Want to watch we don't over torque. We're at about 96% on a torque here. So we're just outside of Aurora here in Illinois, heading down past, looks like Channon or Chanahan, directly over a place called Homer Glen. The music is playing. Rodrigo says, nice view, beautiful sky, and great music. Cool. I can kind of notice people are busy flying. I reckon we got a lot of pilots with us. Got 40 planes so far. I was wondering what was happening. The old chat wasn't working. I got it working now. A busy night for the mods, I think. Is this the cannonball run? Asked the Berko Flyer. Not sure, dude. See you in KSTL at dinner time. Daza TR says, Murph, any chance of a shout out to my kids? 100%, dude. We'll say hello to Matt and Grace. Hope you guys are keeping very, very well. Many thanks, Travis, for the subscribe, my dude. Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves tonight. G Slayer's in the house. Good evening to you. I hope you're keeping well. Happy Friday, my dude. Travis says, you're going to use real-time or preset? I reckon we're good at real-time. Rent Free says, I put an F-16 engine in my MB339. Patrick Cullen's having a bit of an issue with the autopilot. Jiggle says, are you using the HOTAS throttle as well as the stick? I'll plug in my throttle. It stops many of my controls. Oh, too bad. Yeah, I'm using everything working together. Jam Fjord says, I reckon you had a field day choosing the music for tonight. Yep. Samuel says, when Murph ends the stream, it'll be daylight on a Saturday morning. It just will. So we're headed west. My odds are for east plus 500 feet for VFR. So should we be at 6,000 or 8,000 feet? Travis says, beautiful airplane, nicely proportioned. It just is. Sean Dunn is in the house. What a day, not flying related. Oh dear. Some poor girl managed to send an email to the entire undergrad student body in DCU that was supposed to go to the Students' Union. Oh dear. McClure says, the guy in the Vision Jet is wearing a Homer Simpson t-shirt. I think that's awesome. Dagon Gaming is in the house. He says, hi Murph, I haven't been watching your streams. Finally half term in school so I can watch. Well, you're very welcome aboard, my dude. Spaceman11 says, I counted 40 planes. Jeffrey Bennett says, have fun, boys and girls. See you on the flip-flop. Tim says, not seeing Twitch and YouTube chat. Yeah, I have an issue with the chat. Pixel Sean TV is here. Good evening. So, how does one fix the chat? We'll figure it out at some stage, I'm sure. Bear with me.